of downs. They're going to run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Minnesota! They'll try to add another to their lead.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Paul, kind of understanding that my defense is not...
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. He spent his whole career in the backfield, now 40 career sacks.
That is absolutely insane. A guy that can get to the quarterback that much. You know where he's at, Palmer. He's on the end of the line of scrimmage most of the time. You're pointing to him. There's the guy we got to make sure that doesn't make the play, and he gets to the quarterback time and time again.
There are very few players, I think, in college football, David, that you need to know where they line up each and every play because they're going to disrupt everything. This guy has been that all throughout his career. 40 sacks. That is unbelievable.
Northwestern will send out the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Slips through the line. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. I mean, offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree with Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
The Golden Gophers get the 1st down.
You know, you kind of get stuck in no man's land once you get across that 50-yard line where it might be a long field goal, which isn't really high percentage.
And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack.
You want to change some of this bad luck you've had so far around? Get after the quarterback and get his butt on the ground. Nice job by the defense. This game ain't over. It's still the first half. This is a good start.
Wants to throw on 2nd down. Looking to the big tight end. He's got it. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Off the play fake. Floats it out in space. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
Right, 2nd quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some 1st downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Quickly complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Line getting set on 2nd down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Now they'll run it to the right here. Makes one man miss. He now has 84 yards rushing, and this guy's just having a tremendous season, leading the country in rushing. The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. Throws to the tight end. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Golden Gophers! They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. The defense just lost track of him. There's no other explanation. I've got to assume they knew he comfortable position.
Or it was just ridiculously good scheming on the offense, Reese. I mean, just an unbelievable job of getting your guy wide open.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that ranked-on-ranked matchup that has just gone final. Texas A&M packed a wallop today, and in many ways it felt like it packed the 12th man with a 2. This was supposed to be a road test, and instead it felt like a walk through the park in College Station. Really unexpected outcome in this ranked-on-ranked matchup. The type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Back to pass, it's Cook. Unleashes one. Got a man in the middle. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll try to get the first through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short. Field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball and force the incompletion.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Just needs a crack to get a return. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one. Down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Makes the pass. Pass on the way. It's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like, this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the 1st half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-2. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points.
Back open in the middle. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line of the game. Northwestern right back to the line. To the air on 1st down. Quickly complete. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. They keep attacking through the air. Get it out on the screen. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. And the Wildcats will snap it on 1st and 10.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
And here comes play number 6 of the drive. Dropping back, it's Cook. He'll throw it. He looks that one in nicely. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. A first down run in the red zone. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Offense trying to pay it off on second and goal. Tries again to get it in. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. After getting absolutely nowhere on second down, they'll try it again on third and goal. Pressure coming. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here. This has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. And it's right down the boulevard. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you got to stop here. You go to halftime feeling really good about things. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. And after the loss on that last one, an all-important second down play from the 12. Quick strike complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great environment there today in Evanston. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by acknowledging the sparkling play of this tight end. The guy's like an aircraft carrier out there as a blocker. And then when he releases and shows off that speed and route running, he's almost unguardable. Gotta believe he won't be able to go anywhere in this second half without someone attached to his hip. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Ryan Field.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Northwestern will kick it off as we start the third quarter. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help his tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different looking football game.
Offense set on first down. The give to the single back. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. And the Golden Gophers will send out the punt unit. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make it.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Northwestern wants to go quickly. They go to the draw. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. A lot of urgency for this offense. Looking downfield, it's Cook. Makes his connection. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
On second down, he'll fire. That's it, fly. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense, it brings up a fourth down. Northwestern will have to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. And the punt will go into the end zone, and the ball comes out to the 20 on the touchback. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Power football with the run. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. The give to the back. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Getting some heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. He completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
Another incompletion on third down. The Golden Gophers decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Sometimes it's easy for the receiver to get lost running the drag through all that traffic, Jesse.
Yeah, and this is a receiver too, Reese, who's dangerous once he has the football in his hands. So I like the idea on offense of trying to get this guy the ball quickly to see what he can do once he has it.
Fires to the wideout. And he intercepts it. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll run it from the gun. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. On target. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. And the Golden Gophers will hustle to the line. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And shut the front door. Goodness gracious, man. There's nothing more frustrating. You stop them time and time again. And what happens? They go.
Touchdown, Minnesota! And the stomping has commenced. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup. Penn State was able to squeak one out in front of those home fans at Beaver Stadium. In fact, I think in the end, the difference may have been that Happy Valley crowd who leaves happy with the win. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Looking to throw, it's Cook. On the move, he fires. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Out of the gun, the inside give. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. To the ground to try to pick up the first. And he just needed a few inches, and he didn't get it. The defense. Nice, this offense. Northwestern will send out the punt team. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Running back searching for a hole. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll leave it with him. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one. That's going to do it for the quarter, and Minnesota has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. Not a lot of daylight, he gets 1 to the 32. Didn't get much on first down, it's 2nd and 9. Trying to impose their will with the run. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Give to the running back. They stopped him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. The Golden Gophers racing to the line in the hurry-up. Drills him with the stiff arm. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. It might be a gamble to go for it. With that distance, it's a real gamble to keep it on the ground.
Yeah, I don't think the defense was ready for it. I know I certainly wasn't. I don't know about you guys. I thought that was going to be a throw, but they caught him off guard running the football, and they're able to keep this drive alive.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together, back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, and if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, eat the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
Sometimes in your playbook, you have run plays that are called run-it runs. You leave the play on no matter what look the defense gives you. That time the defense was blitzing, but they just kept the play on. That is an attitude-type run that you can run into any kind of look, and it paid off for him.
Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry. Ball is at the 20. They'll try to convert this 3rd and short. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
He will not get there. They'll turn it over on downs, and that leaves the door open. The Northwestern offense. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way.